Alright guys, Alex here. In today's video I'm going to be discussing my experience with the FIFA 19 demo. I've only played about 5 games, but I've definitely got enough I've definitely got a good enough feel for the game, and I've got some key talking points, and I just want to go through the good and the bad things and the things that need improving by the time the game actually comes out. Now I just want to say that I loved the demo. I think it felt really good. The gameplay felt good, the presentation was incredible. Um, and yeah, honestly, this just made me so much more excited for FIFA 19. The first point I want to make is about the shooting. Immediately, the shooting felt solid. I didn't realise, but at the time when I played my first game, I was playing against a really low difficulty AI, which meant I got lots of shooting chances, and the shooting feels really good. When you get it right, it feels incredible. When you get it wrong, it still feels realistic. Like, it might not look good, because you've messed up your shot, but it does look realistic. The chance shooting, whatever it's called, is really cool as well. Sometimes, like when you get it right, you just know that the shot has like you feel it in the controller and you see it on the screen. The shot looks so good. I think I only got one good one of those in the gameplay that I recorded, and it got saved anyway. But I'll try and find that and show replays on the screen for you because it did look really good. But yeah, when you mess up a shot, it still looks kind of realistic. Like, it does look realistic, and you kind of realize you're like, oh, should have just shot normally instead of going for that high risk, high reward um, factor. But overall, the long shots feel good. The finishing feels really nice. I think it was a goal with, I want to say, Jesse Lingard, but it might not have been Lingard. It was a Man United player, and it was the first goal I scored. And he was through on goal, and I finesse shot it into the bottom corner. And just the way he opened up his body and side footed it into the bottom corner just looked so crisp, so clean. Like, it was a really, really nice animation, and it really looks realistic. And then what I also noticed is that he kind of wheeled away in celebration before the ball had gone in. I know that sometimes in FIFA we'd seen that with chips, but usually with shots they kind of wait till it crosses the line and then run away. But with this one, as soon as it kind of bent past the goalkeeper, he did sort of run away into celebration, and it just looked really smooth. It looked incredibly realistic. There's also some new goalkeeper animations which look quite nice. I've not seen a lot of them, but I've seen quite a few. I'll try and get some on the screen, but again, the game for me just looks so smooth. The goalkeeper's saves do look really smooth, and that's the whole thing about this game that I think that it's already better in FIFA 18 at, is just the way it looks. It's so smooth. It kind of, I've always thought PES, whenever I've played demos of PES, I've always thought they are really smooth, and that's why people like them. And I have to admit, this game feels like that, and it's really, really good to see, and it's nice to see FIFA employ this kind of smoothness, which is good. I keep saying the word smooth, but it is. But yeah, the new goalkeeper animations look really nice and realistic. There's also a few new tackling animations, falling animations, heading animations. The heading ones for me are my favourite. They just look so smooth. And before on FIFA, we've kind of, the ball be in the air and your player would kind of be jogging slowly backwards to the side in front, and then they'd stop and wait for the ball. Whereas here, they kind of run and run and jump at the same time, and then instead of just landing and standing still, they kind of carry on their run. It just looks so smooth and realistic. Um, yeah, again, it's that smoothness. The whole game just flows so nicely. Another thing that I wanted to mention was the touches. Some of the first touches are insane. They look so realistic, and again, they're so smooth. It's the one where it kind of like, when he kind of takes it in his stride and turns away from the defender. It happened a few times, so I'll show a clip in there. But yeah, the first touches seem really good. The next thing I want to talk about is the Champions League presentation, and oh my god, it looks incredible. It sounds incredible. It feels like so genuine. I'm so glad they brought that into this year. I think the Europa League will also be really good, but just the sound of the crowd is really, really realistic, as well as the Champions League song. Oh my god, that, like, it will send shivers down your spine if you love football and love watching the Champions League. It really is an incredible feature. I'm so glad they've got that on there. The commentary, it sounds good, but there are times when it's like, that sounds a bit unfinished. Like Lee Dixon will just say something and then just stop, and you're like, oh, I thought this was going somewhere. And then there's one kind of thing they say after the goal that they said about 4 times in the few games that I played. So I'd like to see them sort that out if anyone from EA is watching. You never know. But yeah, overall, the presentation of the Champions League is amazing. Like, just the way the pitch is coloured, the referees picking up the ball, the players in the tunnel, the actual like graphics, as in like the graphics that presents the Champions League with the scoreboard, the substitutions, the Champions League transition effect. It all looks so authentic, and I'm really glad they've kind of added another level of authenticity. Pace doesn't feel too overpowered. There'll be a point in here which I'll definitely try and get up for you if I can find it, where I was running down the wing with a speedy player. I think it was a game against Man City, and Fernandinho actually caught him up because he was stronger, and I actually had to hold the ball up rather than just sprint down the line. Whereas in any other FIFA game, I'd have just destroyed him for pace, and then I'd have been through on goal, which of course isn't as realistic. But yeah, they had a kind of physical battle, and Fernandinho was winning, so I decided instead of using my pace, I was going to hold it up, which is really good to see. You know, it's not good that every year some of the highest rated players in the game sort of are just not used, or their price is just incredibly cheap because they don't have very good pace. But yeah, it's good that that's kind of less of an issue now. The team tactics was my favourite thing in this game. They actually make a difference. Of course, team tactics in FIFA have been a lot more watered down. However, in this game, they are really just incredible. You can set your team to press when they make a risky pass and they take a bad touch. You can set them to be constantly pressing, but it tells you that your players will fatigue quickly, and you'll be more prone to attacks. You can choose how many players you want in the box from a corner. When you actually play the game, it feels like a massive difference. And when I was playing against Manchester City on World Class, it felt like I was actually playing, like I was watching Manchester City. The way their team pressed was amazing. The way the team passed the ball. In fact, I conceded a really good goal to the AI, which I'll put in this game, where they just picked out an amazing through ball and Sterling finished it. But it's really good to see, like, it felt like I was actually playing a team, which the AI sometimes doesn't. It kind of feels like you're just playing 11 players that aren't really working together as such. Whereas on this, players were moving for each other on the other team. They were I actually found it really hard. I was laughing to myself because there were times where I was having the ball and then there would just be about 3 or 4 Manchester City players just swarm around, and I'd literally have no option but to either try and get through them and lose the ball that way, or try and pass it and it get intercepted. And it's really good to see that the AI are going to be a bit more intelligent than they have been in the last years. Sometimes I do get bored with FIFA when I get to the maximum difficulty and then just start winning every game, and I that's kind of where I lose interest in my career modes. So I like that they've added the ultimate difficulty, and I hope that it's really hard. But yeah, from what I've seen, it seemed like the team tactics make a difference when you play and when you play against a team with team tactics on. But yeah, my overall feelings of the game after having played a few games of it were, well, it's just got me really excited. I can't wait to pre-order this. I'm going to pre-order it very soon. Yeah, I just can't wait. It looks incredible. The nets look really good. I think the nets, they look very similar to FIFA 17, but better in a way. Of course, only like me and a few other people care about the nets. But yeah, overall, the game looks amazing. The players' faces are amazing. The journey, I'm not really going to talk about the journey because I haven't played it properly for the last few games. But when I played the demo version of it, the faces just look, oh my god, the graphics were incredible. And the story looks kind of cool as well. I really want to play the journey this year. I've kind of ran out of time the last few years. I've been busy with sixth form and school, but this year, hopefully, I'll be able to get a bit more time to put into the journey. But yeah, overall, good shooting, good tackling, great presentation. There aren't too many issues. I like how pace isn't a massive factor, and hopefully all player types are going to be used. because of course, with the last few years, you know, if a player's fast, no matter what the rating, they usually have an advantage over a player who's slow and has a better rating. Hopefully, that's not going to be the case this year. But if you enjoyed, there'll be lots of FIFA 19 content coming in the next couple of weeks. Of course, when the game comes out, there'll be loads. There'll also be Black Ops 4 content coming out as soon as that's out, and Red Dead Redemption. So make sure you stay tuned by subscribing, liking the video, comment what you like or dislike about the demo, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.